everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the sound system demo of the 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5 and its 8-speaker Bose audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio adjustments, inputs, controls, speaker locations, then we're going to head out on the road to listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And we recommend listening with headphones so you can hear exactly what I hear in my microphones. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. New model for Hyundai, the all-electric Ioniq 5. Kind of a crossover, kind of a hatchback, but a very cool package. Look at those neat headlights running on right now. Very futuristic design, but a very familiar and approachable driving experience. If you do want to see more on the Ioniq 5, check the links in the description. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do our full regimented range test on this car, but Chris Brower took it on a very lengthy road trip and shared his experiences as a first-time EV road tripper. So if you want to see any of that, check the links in the description. Just noticing we have a little scratch right there. We did not do that, I hope. All right. We always do this test with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do this test with the sound settings set to their factory default, so let's take a look at those now. Infotainment screen here on the Ioniq 5. Got this whole one big piece of glass with the screen there and the screen there, identical. I don't know how someone managed to scratch that. We're in the media screen right now. A few different settings here. Let's go up to here and then sound settings. Starting off with premium sound, which you'd think would be for like high def sound settings or anything, but not really. Dynamic speed compensation monitors the vehicle speed and automatically adjusts aspects of the music to ensure a consistent listening experience. We're going to turn that off so that we keep a true to recording experience, and we'll adjust the volume manually. Startup volume limit, so that makes it so you won't get your ears blasted out when you start the car up. I guess I don't really care about that. Then position, you got front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. Tone, treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those now. That is it for audio adjustments, so no sort of Bose center point or anything like that you might see on other Bose systems. For audio inputs here in the Ioniq 5, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, a USB-A port that's inconveniently way up there up front. There are 2 USB ports here, but those are only for charging, so if you want to plug in your phone to do Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, then you have to have it plugged in all the way up there and have a cable running through or leave your phone up there. It's not the best experience. I don't understand why they wouldn't just make one of the data ports right here. And Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are both wired only in this model, so even though there's a wireless device charger there, and it would be very clean and uncluttered to be able to do wireless, not something you're getting in this car. On top of that, you have a Sounds of Nature gimmick that plays these sort of natural sounds. You have lively forest, rainy day, open air cafe. Quite a few silly, gimmicky sounds there. I've never used those in real life. Let's go back to USB. What does that mean you're missing? Well, no USB Type-C port in here. Kind of surprising for a futuristic 2022 model. And no wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, as I mentioned, and no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. So not the end of the world on that one, but would like to see some of those other inputs. For audio controls in the Ioniq 5, you have a nice volume knob here. In good proximity to the driver. It's a little small, but nice clicks on there. And then you've got volume on the left side of the wheel. For track selection, you can use this tuner rocker, which is kind of interesting. I haven't really seen that set up for tuning. You can use the touch screen if you're in the right screen, or you can use this control on the left side of the wheel right next to volume. But interestingly, I find it's backward because volume up is up, volume down is down. So you'd think to progress to the next track, you'd press up, but no, that'll take you back to the previous track. So if I want to go to the next track, I have to press down. It's a little counterintuitive, and Chris agrees with me that it seems to be the wrong direction. However, I will give Hyundai credit for making physical controls down here for the audio and navigation and media and everything. I appreciate that they didn't try to stick everything into a touchscreen. Speaker locations. As I said, this is an 8-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got door woofer there, 1, tweeter 2, up front 3, center 4, 5 on the other side. Coming into the back, 6, 7 on those doors, and then I believe we should have a subwoofer. I think it's under the floor in here. I can feel it vibrating. Subwoofer making 8. Alright, we're going to get this stuff put away and get out on the road. If you want to see how Apple CarPlay and Android Auto work, check the link in the description for Chris's Infotainment review. And let's get out on the road. this is a good example of how a nameplate and a speaker count can be misleading. This is only an 8-speaker system. Bose, a lot of people like to talk against Bose and say that they're not very good, but just it's an accurate and powerful system with only 8 speakers. I mean, if they're good quality speakers, it's not that big of a deal. Yes, there's a little bit of hollowness that I don't love, but it's not sloppy, and I'm not being offended by this song, which is pretty good in a car that, again, 8 speakers. A lot of people are going to laugh at that. Alright, this next song, we'll turn the bass all the way up, see what that subwoofer can do. Because the volume is turned up pretty high, the door woofers are getting sloppy. I'm getting some slap in there. I'd like to see them do a little bit better job with those, but that's not the bass's fault. That's just the loudness of the music. So for the bass sound, it's not too bad. My thoughts on the 8-speaker Bose system here in the Ioniq 5. Really not that bad. There's nothing I've been disappointed with. I think it's a very good example of a B system where there's nothing offensive, but there's nothing outstanding. It's not like the Infinity we just tested. It's an A. I was like, wow, I'd really like to listen to my music on this. This is more just, I don't mind listening to my music. I wouldn't mind cranking something up. It's not going to be hard on my ears. So definitely a B system, and the infotainment works decently well. Like I said, I'd like to see them step up their game a little bit on inputs, get a USB Type-C in here, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, especially for a car that's supposed to be this futuristic. But, not a bad job from Bose or Infinity, or Hyundai. So if you'd like to see more on the Ioniq 5, check the links in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.